Perfect.
Hey guys, I just have a really short video for you guys today. I just want to talk about a quick Mishima fundamental that a lot of intermediate Mishima players are not using or not understanding. So this is going to be talking about using deep crouch dash, extended crouch dash for with punishment, with electric. I mean, in this case, it'll be with a wind god fist, not an electric, but same thing. So this is mostly for Mishimas, but this kind of principle can be applied to really any character with a crouch dash. It's only really useful for characters that have like a good whiff punish out of their crouch dash, right? So like Raven utilizes this as well. This is a really important thing to do with Raven, but mostly this is for Mishimas, So basically the idea of this general concept that we're going to talk about really quick is that there are a lot of moves that are very difficult to space in Tekken, right? Especially in this game, moves have a very long range, and oftentimes if you are actually making this move whiff, you're out of range of your electric. So it can be difficult to whiff punish these moves. So that's one application. The other one is just for like when you are genuinely really far out, right? And you make something whiff. It could be, really any move. This is a really slow method to get a whiff punish. So this is typically used for moves that have like pretty bad recovery on whiff, but are still kind of hard to whiff punish. So like for example, Claudio back one is like the #1 example that I can think of. So the move has like so much range, right? It's very difficult to like actually make this move whiff. And when you do make the move whiff, you're out of range of electric, right? So, it's actually really difficult to get a whiff punish on this move. So, obviously, when we have a crouch dash, we can use that for a lot of purposes. In this context, it's going to be just to discuss moving forward, right? Moving forward as quickly as possible. Because when you crouch dash, you cover so much distance so quickly, and you have access to a launching whiff punish instantly, right? So for situations where you're out of range of just like your normal whiff punish with an electric, basically you can do this, which is to extend your crouch dash pretty much as far as possible to give yourself as much distance on your whiff punish as possible, right? So this is obviously a lot slower than just doing a normal electric to whiff punish, but we can be all the way out here, like range 3.5, and we just get in, right? So pretty much no matter how far away you are, you can do this to whiff punish. So obviously, as we said, like moves like Claudio back one, they aren't really good on whiff, right? The whiff recovery is pretty poor, but it has so much range that it's really difficult to space. And Claudio also like kind of moves backwards when he whiffs the move, right? Like he kind of steps back. So that can make it really hard to whiff punish it, right? Even if you do space it properly. So we can just do like a dash up electric here, but this is kind of hard to do. And we can make our life a lot easier by just starting to implement this like extended crouch dash option into our whiff punishment, right? So if we're spacing all the way out here and we're fighting a character that has a move like this, say like a Claudio back one or something of that nature, we really want to be ready to like let our crouch dash rip, right, when we're at this range. So out here where back one will likely whiff, right, but we obviously can't electric it from out here. We can just do that. So we're out here, we're spacing, boom. And this is a really useful technique to start utilizing, right? And the same thing you can do with Raven. I'll show you guys an example of that as well, but I want to show you guys some examples of me doing this in a real match just to show you how applicable it actually is. Okay, so the first example that I have for you guys here, this is just me playing Kazuya the other day. We're on Yakushima, so there's a lot of room to space, and so there's typically a lot of distance. And especially here, I get hit by Jin while sending 3, and so there's a lot of space between us right now. And so he whips, or he does down back 4, and then he does forward 4, right? And the forward 4 whiffs. I'm super far out here. Like, if I just do normal electric here, it's not going to work. So I do the extended crouch dash for as much distance as possible, right? So here's another example. This is me playing Kazuya in TNS the other night. I'm playing against Eddie, and again, we're on big stage, right? So here, 1-2, I block his DF2, and then he whiffs back 3, and then he whiffs Power Crush, right? And so I've already backdashed here, so I'm too far out to just do normal electric. And so same thing again, just deep wave dash, a la Wind God Fist, right? Boom. And so just got one final example here for you guys. Fighting Clive. He's whiffing, boom. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, if you're a Mishima player, you know how to do this, right? It's a simple concept, right? It's a lot of awareness and just like good spacing, right? So, the thing that's pretty interesting about like Mishimas is that you don't have to space quite as properly as some other characters who don't have such a strong whiff punish option, because you can do this, right? So you have electric to whiff punish up close, mid range, and then you have like this deep dash Wind God Fist to whiff punish from super far away if you just extend your wave dash as long as possible. So yeah, I mean, pretty simple video today. It's just a lot of intermediate, lower level Mishima players aren't really thinking about this or ever using this, and I feel like a lot of them are maybe kind of missing why electric or Wind God Fist or whatever is like such a good whiff punish tool, right? You can control the range. You can decide how fast or slow you want to do it. You can decide how long you want the electric to go, in terms of distance, right? So you have a lot of options. If you have good awareness and you can pay attention and see what whiffed, then you can whiff punish so many moves that maybe you didn't think you could before, because you were just doing like normal electric with no wave dash, no dash, anything like that. So you guys can think about the application of this and try to work on getting better whiff punishment in the future. A lot of times you can really just backdash hella with Mishimas and still be able to whiff punish stuff just because of this, right? So that doesn't mean you want to play hyper passive and wait all the time for whiff punish, but this is a really good option that if you're not utilizing or thinking about, then you are missing out on damage if you're a Mishima player. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope it helped you out. Have a good one.